Good afternoon, this is Dr. Do again. This video is Quarantine Special Edition, video number 16. Today's topic is immunity. Okay, I just briefly introduce or give an introduction of immunity of our body, the defense mechanism. What is the defense mechanism in our body? The first line, second line, and the nature, and also the artificial immunization. I just give you some brief idea what is immunity. Just like the defense of the country, you have the first line, the walls, the mechanical structures, and then you have the dagger, sword, or the rifles, and then cannons, and the missiles, and the atomic weapons. So in the body, we have the same mechanism. So the first line is the barrier, mechanical barrier structure like the skin, the mucus, and associated with the next level is the chemicals and also some cells. For example, the complement, or the interleukins, or the interference, or the white blood cells, the neutrophils, and the macrophage, etc., etc. So these are the first line immunity. It's no memory, doesn't need to be special alert. They just naturally, if there's foreign body invade or some cells undergoing proliferate or undergoing changes, these cells can detect and to digest, because there's special structure in the neutrophil, the enzymes and the lysozymes and the macrophage. They do the same thing. Macrophage, in the medical term, macrophage, its common term is a big eater. Phage means eat, micro means big. So anyway, so these are the first line fundamental immunity. Today I'm going to talk about the special immunity. We talked last time about the cellular and humoral immunity, antibodies, and hypersensitivities. Today I'm going to focus on the gradually take to cellular immunity and humoral immunity. What are those? What the relationship between the immunity and immunization and allergy, hypersensitivity, etc., etc. Just brief. Okay, the cellular immunity. After the first line defense, we talk about that the mechanical barrier, the skin, the mucus, and the chemicals like the stomach. For example, the hydrochloric acid is a very strong immune function, defense mechanism, because the acid pH is about 2. That's very, very acidic. So basically, and all the bacteria or viral will be killed unless the body undergoing the stress or not sleeping well, undernutrition. So that's why the bacteria from stomach going to infect us. So these are the first line, and also the chemicals I mentioned, those cells. And then the third line is the immunity, cellular and humoral. Cellular immunity basically are the T cells. T cells has different function, different classes, like the memory cells, the cytotoxic cells, etc., etc. Basically what they do, the T cells, not only them can be proliferated to lyse, to break down the bacteria, they can alert the humoral immunity and complement. Together they function as one. So the T cells is very critical. On the T cell surface has the receptors to separate one kind of T cells from different other kind of T cells. And then these T cells, some of them will have the memory function. That's why the immunization works. Okay, so talk about immunization. You were injected with the antigen extracted from the special bacteria, for example polio, inject to the body, and the body generates the antibody, okay, and with the help of T cells. So the next time when you encounter with the polio, the T cells remembered, okay, this is the same thing we had encountered before. So the antibody is produced, and to against that antigen. So this is basically the cellular immunity and the function of T cells. T cells has the other function, like the cellulytic function. There's a special T cell can break down the other cells, including the tumor cells or the bacteria or the infected cells by the viral. So these are the T cells. And if those cells are not enough or deficient, then there's an immune deficiency disease. Based on what is the cause, they could cause the cellular, either the cytolytic T cell malfunction or the other T cell malfunction. Okay, so now we talk about, after we talk about the cellular immunity, we talk about the humoral immunity, which involves in the antibody and complement. We talked about last time the antibody A, antibody D, antibody G, antibody E, etc., and antibody M. When we talk about the coronavirus special edition about the test, IgG, IgM, today I just give briefly introduction for the other kind of antibodies. Start with antibody A. This IgG, immunoglobulin A, majorly defends through the mucus, reaching the mucous organs like the tract, either respiratory tract or digestive tract. So they are rich in that tissue to defend the bacteria or the viral infection. And the IgD is not quite well understood. It proved to be associated or help other antibodies. But the other major one is IgE. What does IgE do? IgE is just cause the overreaction. Basically, it's like the defense, over defense, then you cause the attack. It's the same idea for IgE, over defense, then cause the attack for the cell tissue. That's the autoimmune disease because or the hypersensitivity. So I'll give you an example. For example, if there's an antigen in the penicillin, for example, penicillin injects the body. It's a heptin, which means it does not function by itself. So combined with human protein, and then now it's active. It's more than what we can think. It's very active, circulate the body, and then alert the IgE immune system to produce IgE. What does IgE do? IgE causes the other cells secreting a lot of chemicals to dilate your blood vessel, lower your blood pressure, and decrease your heart function. All the organs will be less low perfused, not very well perfused, cause the anaphylactic shock. So that's the penicillin allergy. So this is the basic mechanism. May be helpful. You may or may not be interested in this, but I figured since we're talking about the virus, the immunization, the test, so I just threw this video here. I hope it helps, and thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.